Hey there guys, it's Orms Plays here with another video today. So, Star Wars The Acolyte has finally released. So, I'm just going to go through a little breakdown of my thoughts on the first two episodes. As this is a new time period in the Star Wars timeline. Obviously, we've seen some of it in like comics and that. They dived into it a little bit in Jedi Survivor as well. But yeah, it's a very interesting timeline. So the Acolyte is set 100 years before the rise of the Empire. So obviously it's not that far from the prequels. But yeah, very interesting timeline. But yeah, what do I think of it? I will just say, like, it wasn't like something that blew me away when watching it. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. I did really enjoy it. But there wasn't like anything like mind blowing, I guess. But I have heard rumours like online that people were saying that by episode 4, that's where it's gonna get like really interesting with like the twists and that. So I am going to keep like watching obviously and just see what happens really. But yeah, like I must admit, like the only thing I was really impressed by was the fight choreography. Like that was just so good. Like the fight between May and Master and Dara, and I was shocked that they killed. Like spoiler alert, they killed off Carrie-Anne Moss's character, Master and Dara, like that. 'Cause she was like pretty much in the marketing of a lot of it, so yeah, that was quite surprising. And the whole twins thing as well with May and Unasha, that was quite interesting. I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. So I do wonder if like maybe it has something to do with like the Force dyad, basically, which obviously in if it's the Rise of Skywalker, they explored that with Rey and Kylo Ren, basically. But yeah, quite interesting. I'd definitely say that there's definitely something up with the whole twin thing, with like the Force and that. So obviously, like May, she's obviously like the acolyte, basically. That's serving another like a Sith Lord, it seems. But if they're going like what we know about the canon, so May is kind of similar to what Ventress was to Dooku, I guess, where she was just like an assassin basically, and or an acolyte, I guess. Where obviously her master, May's master, is serving someone else who's like the true Sith master, like who's going to be like the top dog at the top basically. Like we don't know, is it going to like be something to do with Palpatine's master Plagueis maybe, or like somebody else? Because obviously if this is only 100 years before, we could potentially see Plagueis, and like I don't know if they'll do it this season, but we could see like a young Sheev Palpatine at some point. But who knows really, it's just a wait and see game. But I really like the reference of like the Sith code as well, like peace is a lie and that, because that's obviously Sith code, and I loved hearing that code like obviously in the Old Republic games. And I must admit, like so far I'm not saying it is Old Republic, but yeah, there is some like vibes that do remind me of like Old Republic. Like just look at like there was some alien species that you see in the background, and I thought, right, I recognise that one from like the Old Republic because they've never been seen in like live action before. But yeah, there was like a few references, and like even the ship that like the prison ship that Osha was on when she got arrested. Like the front of it looked like a hammerhead ship, and obviously when we saw hammerhead ships, they're kind of like from the Old Republic, and then obviously we see them again in like Rebels and that. But originally, like they're like from the Old Republic. But the front of that ship looked like part of a hammerhead, but just modified and that basically. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Like the characters as well, like May, Anasha, they seem quite interesting. The mysterious Sith, who we don't really know much about. Master Soul, like I really like Master Soul. He kind of just seems like he's like the Qui-Gon of this show. That's what it seems like. He just seems like he's like the kind of Jedi, like the ideal Jedi, to be honest. And then like the Padawan, like Jackie, I think her name was called. She was pretty cool. Obviously played by Daphne Keane, who people remember her as like X-23 and Logan. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yord as well, like he's quite funny to be fair, like especially when like Jackie was just like shutting him down basically all the time. So that was pretty funny, and it was quite cool seeing that he's got a Padawan that's a Zygarian as well, because usually the Zygarians, when we've seen them in Clone Wars or I think the Bad Batch as well, because I don't think Zygarians have been in live action before as well. Like usually they're slavers basically, and like they hate the Jedi. Like it's interesting seeing a Zygarian Jedi, like, because I never thought we would see something like that. But that was like another nice nod. Like all like the alien species in this show feel unique, and it just feels like there's more alien species like characters in this show compared to any of the other live action shows like Obi-Wan, Andor, so and so basically. But yeah, it is quite interesting to see, and that's what I like about this show so far. There's more variety with like the aliens in this show. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, the story wise, like there's obviously something that happened with this fire like 16 years ago at May and Onasha's village. So it'd be interesting to see what actually happened, because it feels like Soul and the Jedi aren't telling like the full story of what happened, and then like obviously maybe it's something caused by the mysterious Sith maybe. But yeah, who knows? It's just, we'll have to wait and see really, but I'm definitely gonna keep covering it and keeping my eyes on it basically, and we'll see where the story goes. But yeah, what do I think for the first like project set in the High Republic in live action? I think it's pretty solid, to be honest. I know there's a lot of people like not keen on the High Republic, because I know a lot more people would like rather see like something in like the Old Republic more. But I'll take anything that Star Wars, to be honest. Like I'm just a big fan of Star Wars. But it definitely has potential, I must admit. Because obviously this is pretty much the end of the High Republic. Like this is only one corner of the High Republic we're seeing in live action. Obviously there is other projects, like I said earlier. We're seeing a little bit of it in Jedi Survivor. You got a lot of comic book characters, and even the character that showed up in the first two episodes, I think her name was Finestra or something. She's a character from the comics. She's a lot older in this, but she's like the same species as like Luminara and Barasofi, which is pretty cool. And if you know what her character is like in the comics, you will know. I don't want to spoil it or anything, just in case we do see it in the show, but her lightsaber is very unique. So if it does happen, maybe I'll talk about it in another video at some point. But yeah, that's a wait and see. We'll see if it does happen. If it doesn't, I'll probably still talk about it in a future video about what her lightsaber is. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I am pretty excited to see where this goes. You obviously got other projects set in the High Republic that's coming. There's obviously that game from the creators that done, is it Detroit Human or something? Developers of that. They're working on that game called Wars Eclipse, which is set in the High Republic era. So obviously we'll get some more content in the gaming universe, I guess, with the High Republic. But yeah, I do think that has potential, because obviously this is where the Jedi are at their peak, and obviously the Sith are in hiding. So yeah, but we'll see where it goes. But I want to know what you guys think so far of the Acolyte. If you enjoy it or not, let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Okay guys? For more Star Wars and more videos coming, stay tuned. Alright? Take care. Bye.